Hello agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Today we're going to go over my TAC-50 Razorback 1 phase build. And this is it. I didn't want to upload this yet, to be honest. It's not min-maxed to where I would like it to be. But even though with my team we are able to do the 1 phase, I've been asked so many questions why on live stream, what are the stats, what are the pieces. I thought I would upload the video now a little bit early. I will mention as I go through where I could improve so that when you guys find better pieces, you can make sure you put the better piece in and don't downgrade to my inferior version that I'm going to show you now. It's a 1405 build. The reason we have got skill power in is because we're using spotter for this build. And I put the yellows in hopefully the most convenient places. We're low on health again, we're at 27k, but we've got other people when in Razorback taking care of ads. The tips player pretty much takes care of all the drones, and all the other people that are around will be taking care of any ads, so you won't be getting hit on this build. And obviously the fight will be really quick because it'll be 1 phase. Obviously it's really important to have the TAC-50 on. I'm at 454k right now, which is pretty good. Weapons wise, it doesn't really matter what you run. I'm running in rhythm for the skills. I'm running the Eagle Bearer because this is the weapon I use when I'm killing ads and I'm not 1 phasing Razorback. So you can choose whichever you want. You could use the SVD and then have protected some extra armor from the Eagle Bearer talent if you look here on the Eagle Bearer. Protected fire. So when you fire in your SVD, you've got an extra 10% bonus armor. Personal preference here, guys. Just get in rhythm on there if you can. Stop, drop and roll. All them useful talents. We'll move on to the gear. We're using the Night Watcher named Healer Guard mask. Gives us a 5% of total armor here. I've got 53% damage to elite, so as high as possible please on that. I've got a yellow which counts towards my spotter. It actually gives me no useful stats for anything else. It's just literally it needs to be a yellow. And then perfect spotter, 20% weapon damage to post enemies. Then we've got a utility mod slot where I've thrown in a 7% reload speed mod for when I'm using my Eagle Bearer, just to keep my damage up as much as possible for my assault rifle. This is our first Wyvern piece. We're using 3-piece Wyvern so that we can get the brand set bonus. We get 7% critical hit damage for the first one. The drone skill power doesn't make any difference to us. And then an extra 10% critical hit chance on the 3-piece bonus. This is where I could have some improvement. This could be in the low 20s. So I'm looking for a new chest piece to replace, or a new chest piece with a high roll where I can roll this onto this. I'm at 19% critical hit damage, 5% critical hit chance, and 8% weapon damage. So essentially I would love these to be higher, the 5% crit chance and the 19% crit hit damage. We're using Vigilance because we're not being hit, so it's a guaranteed 25% extra weapon damage, so we don't have to mess around with Berserk. And then we're going to put some extra critical hit chance in this offensive mod slot, and some more critical hit damage and some more critical hit chance in this offensive mod slot. I would love to have a duplicate of this one to put up here, but unfortunately I haven't right now. Now we're going to move on to our holster. This is an Alps holster so that we get a yellow mod slot. We're not so fussed about the brand set bonuses, but we do want as high critical hit damage as possible you can in the attribute. And the talent again will grant us extra 15% critical hit damage. Mod, I've got my reload speed again from my Eagle Bearer. And then the offensive mod slot is critical hit chance and critical hit damage. So you can see where I'm going with this already. I'm essentially getting as close to 60% critical hit chance as I can, with as much critical hit damage as I can as well. Very much like my previous build that I'll link below, which was an assault rifle version of this build, where essentially I used obliterate and critical hit chance and critical hit damage to do insane numbers when killing ads. It's such a good build, so do check that out, guys. Next is the Wyvern backpack, which will complete our 3-piece bonus, I think. Oh no, not yet. This is our second one. So we've got the 3-piece bonus that we talked about before. We've got a yellow to help with spotter. Critical hit damage is at 12.5%. I've actually got a 14% one that I'm going to roll onto this. So that's a nice little improvement there. some critical hit chance, which ideally again I would love to be higher because I'm about 4% out on critical hit chance right now. But then these are the two talents that I was essentially farming for, Spark and hard hitting. We're going to be using skills, so Spark will be working for us, and hard hitting is just all around great because Razorback is an elite. Got some more reload speed in the mod slot, again for helping when I'm not TAC-50. Now going to move on to our gloves. We're using Alps gloves. These are just great all around from a majority of builds, but it's going to give us 7.5% critical hit chance in the attribute and 10% critical hit chance in the talent. With an offensive mod slot, where now this is a new talent to this build, I've got some damage to health. Try and have at least 4% damage to health in this build, guys, if you can. It will help you with the weak points when you're opening Razorback up. Ideally I would love to have 6, but right now I can only afford to have 4 in there. We're now moving on to our third piece of our Wyvern, which completes our set. It also gives us 8.5% critical hit chance on the attribute, so as high as you can there, guys. And then we've got Composure, because when we take the TAC-50 shot, we are in cover, so we get an extra 10% total weapon damage there as well. An offensive mod slot, which puts me up to the 4% damage to health. Very important. Essentially with this, as long as you're above the 4% and you've got enough crit hit chance and enough crit hit damage, when you get to the Razorback phase and you're doing the weak points to open him up, you'll be able to one-tap the weak points as long as you've got aces, which makes for a really quick fight. Skills. I use the drone, the pulse drone, and I place that just to the side of Razorback in the middle, so it pretty much guarantees me a pulse on Razorback at all times. Because of our specialisation, we get the specialisation mods. So we've got 80% extra duration, and we've got 80% extra skill haste. It actually never runs out. As long as you 1 or 2 phase Razorback, the drone will never run out unless it's killed. So this is really the only important one right here. Then you've got a choice for the second one. I use the turret so that I've got Spark up at all times. But depending on what group and how much practice you've had at it, you might want to put on the Reviver Hive. And if you've been doing weak points and your count is quick enough, you will have Spark up as well anyway, because when you hit Razorback with your TAC-50, it does generate the Spark proc. So depending on how quick your team is, you might not necessarily need to use a talent for that. But yeah, personal preference there. I haven't got any good mods or enough skill power that fit in here either, so it's not worth showing you. These are all just skill power mods. So we'll move into the stat page now and we'll switch over to our TAC-50. There we go. And you will see 454k weapon damage, which I showed you before. The critical hit chance is just 4.5% off it, so that needs a little bit of improvement. And I would love to have at least 12% more, which I can get from my chest and my backpack here on the critical hit damage. But the health damage here, I would love this to be 6%. Damage to elite, 78, as high as you can as well. And that's it, guys, for the build. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If you've done this build and you've done it better than me, or you think I could have placed things in different places, throw me a comment below. Let me know what you think. I'll put a small clip in at the end of us doing Razorback. Unfortunately, it's a silent clip because I did have music playing over the stream at the time, and I don't want YouTube to strike the video. But there's 3. We did it 3 times, back to back to back. So I'll throw them that clip in just after this, so you can have a look at that as well. You can catch me streaming most days, guys, over on Twitch, twitch.tv/DJTICKLE. Do come over and say hello. And if you want to ask me any questions, you can catch me there, and you can also jump into our community Discord. We've got nearly 600 people in there now who love playing Division, so do come in there. Doesn't matter what platform you are on. I play on PC, but it doesn't matter what platform you are. We offer advice for anything Division, so do come over and say hi. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.